Hello traders, Gary Wagner here just before 12:30 in Honolulu, 6:30 in New York. It is Wednesday, June the 10th, 2020, and this is the daily report for gold and silver. The FOMC meeting concluded for the month today with a statement released as well as a press conference by Jerome Powell. While the statement came out with nothing new, it was the net result of silver and gold that were unexpected. We had gold, shoot up about $26, 1.5%. We had silver shoot up about 3% on the day. That's all while we had equities drifting lower. A very interesting day to say the least. Let's take a look at the price board and then we'll talk about what we can expect in the upcoming days when we pull up our technical studies. Traders, we did have the Federal Reserve hold their FOMC meeting for the month. It began yesterday, concluded today with a statement, along with a question and answer, a press conference with Jerome Powell, chairman of the Federal Reserve. The net result was that we saw gold and silver, as well as platinum pretty much unchanged, but gold and silver move up strongly. Palladium moved down mildly. Gold, for example, this is basis the most active August contract, up $26 at $1747.90, a net gain of 1.51%. When we look at spot gold, that is trading at $1738.20, up $24 and change. Palladium and platinum are pretty much in the unchanged column. Platinum up 30 cents at $860.90. Palladium down about $13.20 at $1953.90. But the big winner today in terms of percentage move was absolutely silver, gaining 3%, roughly double that we saw in terms of gold, and closed at $1834, and that was all within the confines of a much weaker U.S. dollar index. There is no doubt we had a strong and dynamic move to the upside today in gold, taking it $26 higher. The first chart that I do want to take a look at today is a very short-term chart, 240 minutes. It means that each candlestick represents roughly 4 hours of trading. We can certainly see that the major effect or the major move in gold occurred during that last 4 hours of trading. It came after the statement was released by the Federal Reserve and a press conference was held by Jerome Powell. When we look at this short-term chart and we look at these series of highs here, and then these lower highs here, and then create an upper level resistance line, which is exactly what I have done, you can see that current pricing comes pretty much precisely to this point. It's a skosh above that, which is why it will be most interesting to see what gold does when it reopens in Australia, which will be about 10 minutes from now. We're recording this at 10 minutes to 12 in Honolulu, which means 10 minutes to 6 in New York. But traders, the real truth is that we have had 3 strong days that began at the beginning of this week on Monday. That would be represented on this daily chart by these 3 green candles, and that comes following a tremendously strong sell-off that occurred on Friday, breaking below what we considered to be a support line. It then became resistance. We can see on Monday it traded right to that. Yesterday it did trade above that, but today we had a clear and utter breakout to the upside. The key is this: will the market stall once again when it hits this upper level? Because what we can say for certain is that over the last couple of months, we have seen gold prices be absolutely range bound between, call it 1660 on the low side and call it about 1760 on the high side. Although we did not send out a trade alert, on Monday we definitely talked about that we had identified a simple 2-day pattern. This would be right here, a piercing line. It opens below the real body, and then it closes at or above the midpoint. However, it did not breach this one particular line, which was still resistance once we had broken through. Yesterday, we did get that. So hopefully there are some of our subscribers that did go long. For those, you want to be careful as this market moves up, because the question becomes, will it hit this line and then break back down, or will we finally get some kind of breakout through this particular price point? Because if we do, the next real target has got to be 1775. That is this area right here, with the brass ring remaining at 1788. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you, as always, good trading. We will talk to you tomorrow for the next daily update and review. Bye-bye.